Together with pride worldwide. This is for the dreamers, rebels and crew, for the fans in the back and the diehards too. Break the chains, let the passion ring. We're calling out hate in the squared off ring. Kicking out at 2, where the love runs deep and the fight stays true. Kicking out at 2, no tribal lines, just respect me and you.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Listen up, wrestling fans. Showing love for your favorites doesn't stop at a t-shirt. If you're heading to a live event, you better be ready for the hard cam. Step up your show day drip with Hard Cam Creations, custom handmade accessories built for the loudest, proudest fans in the building. Whether you're backing a legend or leading your own faction, these pieces make sure you stand out when that camera swings your way. From spectator to certified superfan, it's time to walk to the ring in style. New drops coming soon. Find Hard Cam Creations on Etsy and follow at Hard Cam Creations on Instagram today.
These days and all those who slay, we're breaking down the chaos, the controversy, and the can't-miss news from bell to bell. Welcome to Kicking Out 2. I'm Michael, and with me is a man who hits harder than a spear, talks faster than a Divas match in the 90s, and if you squint real hard, it might look like I have Dirty Dom on the show. It's the co-host of the Running Wrestling Podcast, the mind behind Good Afternoon IWC, and Point Taken, Sped Rock. Welcome on, sir.
Hey, what's going on with everybody? Thank you for having me here. Love the fact that Brains was like, hey, man, need someone to step in. I was like, hey, got you. Tori, hope whatever you're doing, you're safe, you know.
She's actually home now. I talked to her a little bit this morning. They were going to come in from Dallas today, but decided last night they were ready to go ahead and come home. They've been gone too long, so they're just kind of relaxing. I was like, all right, I got this plan though. We're going to do this, and we'll have her back on Thursday for a new Halo episode or something. Oh, we'll do something.
Heck yeah, Halo is one of my favorite games.
But we'll go ahead and get straight into the news.
Fightful Select, bringing you the latest headlines, insider updates, and everything shaking up the wrestling world this week. Take it away.
I don't want to take it away, but I will anyway. Ricochet's controversy. That's the main topic of the show today. The man, he made a boner. Unfortunately, he decided he was going to say on a fan who was giving him some criticism, "I'm glad you got MS." It was a big thing that happened. A lot of people freaking out about it. And obviously, there's two sides to the story here. We've got some people that think, well, it was a big thing he shouldn't have done. Another one saying, hey, he was just throwing stuff out on Twitter. He was playing the gimmick, trying to keep it kayfabe. He did later delete the tweet and issued a public apology for doing it. Notably, Chris Hero even reached out to him to kind of let him know, hey, maybe you should work on that a little bit, not do something like that. There was a lot of hubbub being thrown around too of like he was going to be fined and he was going to be suspended and he might get fired, and obviously that's not come to any fruition at all. But this raises bigger questions like wrestler versus fan boundaries and social media. Like, should the wrestlers be clapping back? Should they be trying to keep it real rather than trying to do the kayfabe stuff? What do you think?
Well, I mean, we've talked about it plenty of times. Kayfabe is kind of dead, and I know they're trying to bring it back and whatnot. And this is one of those things I believe he was trying to do. But listen, I said it before. Look at the people he surrounds himself with. They assume it wasn't AEW that called him. Was like, "Yo, take it down." Warner Brothers didn't call him, or Paramount didn't call him. It was one of his peoples, and they were like, "Hey, that was stupid. It was dumb. Don't do it again." Take it down, don't do it again, apologize type of deal. And he took accountability. There's a lot of wrestlers out there, that would be like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I said what I said, Yeah. But at the same time, there's a bunch of freaky fans out there that say some things, ask for dirty pictures, stuff like that. Like there's just some weird fans out there.
Well,
You
and even
know,
from all of this, like the turnaround is Samantha started getting death
death
threats
threats.
because of
Yep.
what's going on. And it's like she had nothing to do with it. She wasn't even part of the tweet. It just her husband said a thing, and then she's getting some stuff from it. So it's really ridiculous how bad it's getting on Twitter as far as people just immediately jumping to a negative thing. And do I think he shouldn't have said that? Yeah, I mean, I do think that's a little over the line. It's one thing to be like, "Hey, you're bald." It's another thing to be like, "Hey, I'm glad you got this muscular disease that you could
Yeah,
die from."
exactly.
That's a bit much. Real quick, while we were doing that story, a lot of people started commenting here. So we got Lady Alpha saying, "Hey, y'all, welcome in, welcome in." We got Stampede, Michael, the flavor of the week, brains. Thank you, sir. We'll see about that on Saturday. And Sped Mullet Rook. Welcome in, Stampede. Always good to have you. Big Mike saying Sped got a mic upgrade. I don't know about that. Maybe his microphone. I don't know about a mic upgrade. Isaiah, what's going on, fellas? What's up, Isaiah? And Extreme Chick. Always nice to have you in here too. Hey, how you doing? And then also Bobby. Don't want to leave Bobby out. Save the best for last there. Welcome in, Bobby. Um, but yeah, it's the other spinoff from this particular story, which I just kind of started looking into this morning, so I don't even have notes on it. I'm just kind of going off the cuff of what I saw. Is apparently SRS actually got some clapback from this as well because he was on vacation when it went down. And so, like, he was taking the day off, and he even announced, like, no stories tomorrow. I'm off. I'm not doing nothing. And then he gets back, and he's immediately going into he did apologize. Like, he's already starting to lay the groundwork of like, well, he did the things he was supposed to do, and then people going against him saying, well, but he shouldn't have done it in the first place, and you should have reported it. So that's another thing. Like, we're all just online personalities. We're allowed to take a day off. It happened. All the other news areas picked it up and had their opinion of it. So he got there a day late and a dollar short. It's fine. It's not that big of a thing. I will say, as a Patreon of them myself, it wasn't even on their Patreon page. They just put it on regular Fightful. So it's fine. It's not that big a
Yeah.
deal.
That's how I found it was on regular Fightful. I was like,
Yeah.
oh damn. Yeah.
Kind of a co-main. I didn't put this on the title page, but a co-main of this is Ronda Rousey showing up at AEW. Obviously, that's brought a lot of question as far as if she's there just to promote her fight coming up. Is she there to actually be a part of AEW? A lot of those off-sites, the ones that we don't talk about a lot because they're like the National Geographic of wrestling news, have all said that she's looking to join the company. SRS has reached out to all his contacts there, and they have said that there has been no information shared as far as if she's going to join the company or if she's going to be on contract or have the All Elite logo on her as well. What do you think about her showing up? What do you think about her being in the company? What do you think in general?
I just think she showed up on her own accord. Yeah, that's her people's right there. She's Ronda Rousey. She's gonna do what she wants. Plus, she just gave AEW free publicity, with her name.
Yeah.
People are like, oh man, is she really gonna join? They don't need her. They really don't need her in AEW. She may be the baddest woman on the planet, but you got Chris Statlander, who's arguably one of the baddest chicas on the planet. Alex Windsor, who's the new New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Champion now, the brand new one, right? And to get more gold here soon, all right? Then you got Mina, who's coming in. You got Shafir, who's doing her thing. Toni Storm's out for an undisclosed injury. I mean, you got plenty of people. You don't need her.
Yeah.
Mega Bane, she's man. She's gonna be bad. Yeah, that division is very stacked. I like that
Absolutely.
division.
Both the roster is just stacked in general. I mean, we got
Yeah.
so many good people there, and like a lot of them don't get used just because there's not enough time in the day to put everybody on there. My concern with Ronda being there is the bad publicity, which I understand. Like when you're talking about in a generation of where we are today, any publicity is good publicity. But immediately she jumps out there. People had that initial shock. Like if you think about when John Cena came back from injury and he showed up in that Royal Rumble, and everybody had that,
Yeah.
oh my God, and then immediately realized, oh, but this is the guy that was shoved down our throats for the past 6 months. And there's like, oh, she got
Yeah.
that kind of same reaction. It was like, yeah, wait a minute. This is the lady who talked shit about wrestling for the past 2 years.
Yep.
Hold on. This is also
That's
the lady who
my
talked about against LGBTQ and talked a lot of MAGA stuff. And,
Yep.
it's
That's why I don't think she would work out. Honestly. Like look at AEW's roster. It's very diverse. All
Yeah.
right. It's it's not it's not, you can't pinpoint what anybody's really thinking besides Brody King.
Yeah.
Right? Every second F Ice. That's him. Boom. I like that big behemoth.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, there's just everything about AEW is different and it's beautiful, right? And she
Absolutely.
wouldn't fit in at all. They MJF, and we said this on Good Evening IWC or Good Morning IWC, now Good Evening IWC. Mob Mob said the cancer's gone. MJF talked about how the cancer is gone. They got rid of all the bad, toxic, out of there. And there's a lot of people like, well, the Young Bucks are still there. Shut up, Meg. All right. Those guys have been doing great for the tag team division. I understand you want to see Private Party. I understand you want to see the Acclaim or, Jungle Express. But they get old after a while. At least
Yeah.
the Super Kick Party looks good.
Well, and the Young Bucks, they've done something that the only thing really I criticize AEW for is storytelling.
Yeah.
Because every once in a while they hit gold and they'll have a great story. But usually it's like we're having a match for a match's sake and we're shoving a story in there to make the match make sense. No, you should put the match in because the story makes sense to have a match.
Yep.
That's how it
Yep.
should work. Their whole thing of like they were the EVPs, they were cocky, they ran the business, then they end up running it into the ground. Now they're poor, and now they're on the redemption arc back.
Yep.
It's the same thing we're seeing with like Mercedes right now. It's like she's losing all those titles once she's lost all of them. Now it's going to
Yep.
be time for that redemption arc to bring her back up. But
Swear to
I mean,
God.
obviously, like it's a great roster. It's good to see that everybody's having fun now. I'm loving to see that. I do want to point to Bobby's note here. He says, and Nyla Rose. I wish Nyla Rose gets used more on AEW. I absolutely would too. I looked more into this just because I've been questioning that myself. It appears it's actually because of the new mandates that have happened about trans women in sports.
Oh
Pro
yeah.
wrestling is still in that gray area where
Yep.
it's not a sport. Like we all agree it's not a sport, but it's still kind of in that gray area, and so they still have the mandates against them using them as well. So I found out that that's why they've kind of taken her off TV. She's been doing a lot of indie stuff. On that, I want to promote again. I promoted it last week. Kid Bandit, popular person on the show. It's the one interview we've done. She has actually purchased a company, and they're going to start running shows that are completely just part of the community. So
That's dope.
LGBTQ people in that company
That's dope.
doing the work. So love to see that they're doing something about that. Obviously, I do wish Toni would just pony up and say, look, we're doing it. But then you also have to pay the fine for her doing it. So,
Oh yeah, and then Paramount will be like, "Yo, whoa, timeout."
Yeah.
Like we got 10% into this. So they always got to look at it in that perspective too.
yeah, I mean, it sucks. And I could absolutely say, like, I'm a billionaire and I could, write that check and that's fine. But I'm also not the billionaire that has to write that check. So,
Yeah, well,
I'll
that
give them
fine's
that.
pretty hefty at this point. They're
I'm
making
sure.
sure. It's like good gravy, man.
Yeah. Another shocker, Toni Storm is apparently out indefinitely. There's a lot of question on why she's out. There's no injury that's been reported. There's a lot of also rumor and speculation because the timing that she's out, that she might be possibly pregnant. We obviously don't know for sure any of that. The only thing I do ask is all the people that listen to this and read her story, please just be respectful. Like, we don't need to berate people for taking time off. Obviously, they are going hard for 300 days a year. They deserve to have some months off if they need it, even if it's just to mentally relax from what they're doing and rest their body up a little bit. But yeah, so far this isn't an injury. It's just a creative pivot to give her some time off. Obviously, like you just said, they are a stacked division, so I'm sure they'll find perfectly people to step in there and do it. Like Lana Cross now is like already stepping in big in the tag division with Megan, so it's good to see that they already even have the newcomers slipping in there and making big waves. That's really good for that too.
Oh, real quick.
Yeah.
7 hours ago, that it was reported by PW Insider Elite. Mike Johnson says she was at the big event talking about Toni Storm event Echo X-Ray Sierra EXS. All right, over the weekend in New York and showed no signs of injury and was in good spirits and interacting with fans.
Yeah. It sounds like she's either taking some time off or we might have a motherly event. We'll see about that. Like obviously, her and her wonderful man have been together for a while. So if that's something they're looking into, that's great too. Absolutely, Queen Amanada could step up. Like she's on the tail end of being able to return. I've understood she's started training in the ring again, kind of getting her body back into the shape for it. So for sure, I'd love to see her come back and kill it some more. Speaking of injuries, though, there is actually a Bron Breakker watch coming right now because he has already showed up in the PC, starting to just warm up a little bit. So there may be a quick injection back him into the main event scene. It may be why we haven't said specifically who Seth's going to be facing at WrestleMania. Maybe they're hoping that he's going to be full ready to go by then, because that would be a great surprise for Seth to be out there berating Paul Heyman again next week and then get speared out of his boots. That would be absolutely great to see that happen.
That'd be great. Yeah, no, that's hilarious though, how Paul Heyman called himself the B word. Basically on Raw. That was great. I was like, oh man. That was better than the Punk Roman stuff, in my opinion. Yeah, this stuff is
the Punk Roman stuff, like last week I was okay with. This week I'm a little we're just rehashing Bloodline at this point. We don't need to do this. We built up Jay to get away from Bloodline, and now he's basically just being his number one. The only thing I will say I did find a little interesting about last night is Jay was the one pulling the strings. Jay was telling Roman, get him. You know what to do. Hit him. So him telling Roman to do it versus Roman telling him to do it, maybe that's where the switch up is. Could be kind of fun, but we'll just have to see. I think Britt could, but just I don't know what they're doing with Britt at this point. Like I'd love to see her come back. I'd love to see her back in the division, but
she just got a bunch of. She was getting heckled by fans. She reported on her IG or Instagram. Like, how are you gonna go into a dentist's office, get some teeth done, and try to heckle a woman at the same time about wrestling?
People, the wrestling community is such a strange group of fans. There is a tease also for a tag team to possibly come back. The Street Profits have been off TV since October. They recently worked some NXT live events. We talked about that. Montez had built up a little bit of bulk, so trying to bulk up a little bit. Hopefully trying to. We'll see. But there are creative decisions going on right now of when they want them to return. So at least they're penciled into what they're going to do. That would be good to see them come back. Whether it's pre or post Mania, it'd be good to see them back on the main stage. Always an entertaining tag team. And Montez, I still think, is going to be one of these days one of the biggest singles stars in the world, just because he's got the personality, he's got everything. There is also some global shakeups. Night of Champions is in doubt. WWE Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia is now considered doubtful at best. Ongoing regional conflicts that are happening over there right now. Depending on the news you hear today, because we've heard a speech today that says that we're at war, we're not at war, and we might be at war again. I don't know. Things that are going on over there are crazy.
It reminds me of the George W. Bush days, all right, where you're like, man, what the hell did that dude just say? You know, like he was like, listen, I didn't find no terrors. All right, there's no terrors over there, but there was a damn shoe thrown at me, and that's my assassination attempt. All right, like this is the dumbest thing ever. And look, as a guy I've seen WWE over in Baghdad. I got the chance to go down to go see him in Iraq while I was in Iraq, and thank God I was good that day, because if not, I would never got to do it. I was already on the hot list, you know, like you're You're on the warp seat, Kurosi. Yeah, like goddamn it.
Sped in trouble, I could not imagine.
Oh man, I was 18 when that happened, so I was definitely just a little hothead. So, but either way, I've seen them down there, and they know people. We all know this. They know people in the government. They could get a security detail. All right, this is what I said on Good Evening IWC about this. There's a chance that they could get a security detail, and
Mhm.
uh, this could still go on. However, Triple H is not Vinnie Mac, and I
Yeah,
don't think this is gonna go on in Saudi. I think he's gonna be like, "Listen, once this clears up, we can resume business."
yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah,
I
and
hope that's what he does.
I do too. And if he does do it, like it's not going to give me a ton of hope. I I want to make that perfectly clear, but it will give me just a tiny bit, a sliver of a hope that maybe they're going to start making decisions that are better for their wrestlers and not better for their pocketbook.
Yeah.
Because yeah, them going over there in what could be maybe possibly an active war zone may not be the best idea. So maybe think about that before we start doing
From
it.
a guy who has been in an active war zone, it's not the best idea,
Yeah.
right? It's not fun,
It
right?
it it always scared me. Like I loved the Tribute for the Troops. I thought it was a fun show. It was always a non-canon show, so it was just they
Oh,
went over there and just
man.
had some fun, and that's always great. But I was always scared to death because I'm like, that is a lot of open space.
Yeah, see, the thing is they had a lot of like, when I was there, you guys don't see it because they tell us to put it behind, right? Or put them on the ground. A lot of us are in the very back. We have our weapons ready just in case. There's there's security 360 ready to go. If there's the slightest incoming sound that comes in, get these guys to safety right now. It's every time. When I met Five Finger Death Punch, yeah, the New Orleans Saints cheerleaders, some MMA fighters, stuff like that. Those guys definitely had the same details, like especially the New Orleans Saints cheerleaders. We
Yeah,
let nothing. The infantry cats, that was my job. We were 11 Bravo all day. We did not let nothing happen. So those females, you know what I'm saying? We were like, hey, we got you.
yeah,
We got you.
absolutely. Um, that is true. Triple H doesn't make that decision. That is obviously done
TKO
by
all day.
TKO
Yeah.
themselves. But again, though, at least if they're going to make this decision for the safety of the performers, rather than thinking, hey, we're going to make a ton of money going over there, because they'll lose a lot of money if they
Oh yeah.
decide they're not going to do it. But hopefully they'll be thinking right
But
on that.
they could make that back by like maybe they could make back at least 35% by going to MSG
Yeah,
or the Barclays Center or somewhere up Boston. Heck, you bring it all the way to New Orleans. Those guys would party it down there. They would do it. So yeah, there's plenty of spots they can go.
yeah. Um, Rising pipelines as well. We've got WWE ID talent that was revealed. I
Yeah.
think I'm even missing some names because I saw some new ones slated today. But we got Notorious Mimi, Valentina Rossi, Fallon Gray, and Erica Demia. All of those got signed up. All of them set to already apparently have names attached to them as well. Sloan Jacobs, Gianna Capri, Veronica Haven, and Anya Rune are all names that have been copywritten at this point for them to come in. So they're already ready for them to come in as soon as possible, apparently. Many have prior exposure as well with AEW, ROH, and NWA, so they've already kind of been on the main stage.
Oh yeah.
Maybe not had the WWE treatment quite yet, but at least they have that, at least a little bit of main roster feel to them. This signals that WWE does seem to be doubling down. I know there was a lot of question as far as WWE ID because of people basically just dropping the title and dropping the contract and being like, I'm done, I'm not doing it. But they doubled down and they're signing a bunch of people. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, they said they want to stop these NIL deals, right? And get back into the indie scene. Get back to where real wrestling is. They're taking their chance on a bunch of athletes. Not everyone's an Oba Femi. Not everyone is gonna be a Bianca Belair or a Tiffany Stratton. They're not. It's not gonna happen. You see better wrestlers coming in like Stephanie Vacquier, you know, Lash is one of those NIL deals. I can't say her because she is part of that NIL deal. Yeah, there's plenty. Sol Ruka was over in AEW for a little bit, you know. I believe, right? She was in Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor,
I don't remember.
AEW,
I don't remember.
under a different name. I'll look it up later. If not, someone yell at me. Stampede, do it. Yeah. Minus 20 points for sped. All right. Point taken. Yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah,
Third round
someone show up
elimination.
to do. Yeah, right. God dang it. But now ID is I hope they're getting back in. That's what it looks like they're doing. They're getting back into the let's get back into the taking the indie scene
Yeah.
over, and that's what made them the money before. Look what they did with the Mae Young Classic when they had all those indie talent come in and do their thing, and we're all like, oh man. That was the first time a lot of people saw Toni Storm
Oh yeah.
or saw but a bunch of those women at the Cruiserweight Classic. That was a fun tournament to watch. Leo Rush, TJP, the list goes on. Drew Gulak,
Mhm.
that's when I was like, all right, hold on. Who the hell is this Drew Gulak guy? I gotta start watching
Well,
that.
and I'll be honest. I like obviously because of recent events, not a big fan of. But as far as his wrestling was concerned, that's when I fell in love with Drew Gulak. Like
Yeah,
his wrestling style is what I always liked. I was always
yeah,
more of like a um, um, Malenko, where I was
technical.
like that
Yeah,
technical mat based cruiserweight. I always enjoyed those more than the high
yeah.
flying guys because it was just always fun to see them do that chain wrestling. It always looked a
Well,
lot of
yeah.
fun.
Well, his
Um,
daughter's doing that. Did you see that? His
yeah,
daughter, Malenko. Oh man, the Texas Cloverleaf, tighten it up a tiny bit, but she's got it.
yeah.
She's got it.
It looks like we're gonna have some good legacy talent coming in at
Oh
some point.
man,
I
it's gonna be
do want
beautiful.
to say though them getting away from the NIL. I I hope they don't completely nix that idea.
No,
Just because some people do come out of that strong. Like as much as I don't like him, Brock Lesnar, he came from college wrestling. He came from football, and just he fit.
oh
We
yeah,
got Kurt Angle, who came from the Olympics. He fit. A lot of the guys in NXT now, like so, a lot of them, coming from the amateur ranks, and they just fit in the
oh
role.
yeah.
So like, don't nix that idea completely. Still do those NIL tryouts and see if you can get somebody who's got the talent and the aptitude, because maybe you can get them to show off in the ring.
Maybe they should start looking at RAF. I had to
Yeah,
think about
the
that for
real
a second.
American,
Yeah,
freestyle.
that's not bad. Everyone dogs it for some reason. It's really not that bad.
They dog it for 2 words: Hulk Hogan.
Oh,
Uh,
I get that, but I mean,
but
dude's
yeah,
dead, so give the show a shot. Yeah.
it's a good show. I've caught it a couple of times. I feel bad because I keep getting
Oh,
asked
because he's
to be
JP
to
got
be
me.
on the review show with Vinny, and I never can make that work.
I like it. I
Because I
even
used to do a little amateur myself, and it's fun to see that get a main stage. Like it's always
exactly.
been in the Olympics, even though they tried to fight that. I think it was 2 years ago. They tried to fight and kick it off the Olympics.
Yeah.
But it's good to see it get a main stage because it's a brutal sport to be
I
in.
just want them to come back to state college, man.
Hmm.
Come back to state college. We love it.
Yeah,
Do
it's a lot
it.
of fun. Hey, Christy, welcome in.
But I was gonna
Um,
say real quick, the NIL deal,
mhm.
right? It only works for certain people, and they gotta test those guys out before they even, you know, it's not working for everybody right now. I
Yep.
like what you said. Don't get rid of it completely, but definitely scout a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and don't let just anybody and everybody in. Just because they seem like they are physical enough to get in there. Like have them
Yeah.
try out, have them do the in ring stuff, and see how it looks. Because if they have the immediate aptitude, give them a try, see how it works. Um, Another story that's kind of fun. Tama Tonga got fined. um, Tama Tonga reportedly fined 5 figures for
Yeah.
filming and posting rehearsal footage backstage. It reinforces WWE's strict through unwritten rules about protecting the production secrecy. Now, here's my problem with that. You have an entire show that has now had 2 seasons that literally does the same thing.
Yeah.
maybe don't fine him 5 figures. Maybe be like, hey, we're doing that. Stop it. But what do you think about that? What do you think about him getting
Oh,
fined for that little leak?
man, they're making crap ton of money, and they find this dude $5,000 for having fun. You know, it's dumb. But it is an unwritten rule. It's not an unwritten rule. It is a rule. Yeah, it's not like playing baseball where you beam someone and you're like, hey, don't do it again. Yeah, and you know you're gonna get hit. You know it's coming. So the beam is coming. So,
Yeah.
but that was his beam. He messed up. He knew he messed up, and there's the beam. There's the fastball to the hip.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's your $5,000 or
I
whatever it
do think
was.
it's funny. I've seen the video. Have you got to see the video they
Yeah,
posted?
yeah,
It's literally like he panned the ring and it was like half a second. It just literally
yep,
was just like boop. If
yep,
he wouldn't have panned the ring, it would have been fine. It's because they were working in the ring that they're
yep.
like, nope. Someone could screenshot that. Uh,
Yeah, that's true. You know how easy it is to do? You pause. Yeah,
mm-hmm. We at least every young man that's in the chat right now has done his pause game a couple of times. Um, OVW also had a big major story that we didn't talk about last week, but more stuff have come out about it this week, so I did want to bring it up. Major safety changes are going to happen in OVW because referee Dallas Edwards, he was reffing a match and he suffered a seizure during the match. Now there was a lot of talk back and forth of like whose fault it was and all that. We're not going to get into that because that's not for me to decide on what they should have done and what they shouldn't have done. But what has happened is Al Snow has came out with an apology. He has came out with a promise to make some changes, and he did implement some changes. So here's what they're changing. They are doing seizure response training. They are doing concussion and CT education, and more medical staff is going to be on site for OVW events.
that's dope.
Plus, they're going to try to get improved communication systems. I assume maybe that means more mics and headsets for people to be able to be more in communication with each other when stuff like that happens. Um, before I give my opinion, what do you think about that?
Oh no, I think that's cool. You know what happened was that was that was bad. That was crazy too. Watching that video, I was like, wow. Like wow. Should have stopped the match. But I understand they're still new, the green, they thought it was part of the match.
Yeah,
I understand on their part. Um, but look, Al Snow came out and he was like, listen, we made a mistake. We're gonna correct that mistake. And he did everything in a row, got his ducks in a row, and he did it the right way. So it doesn't happen again. I mean, there's been plenty of things that have happened throughout history that it had to be replaced. Safety call had to be replaced because of something happening.
yeah,
So it's sad, yeah, but it's never gonna happen again. Well, let's
yeah.
hope not.
I sure hope not. I will say so. He was diagnosed with a brain injury. He
Yeah,
is recovering now from all reports that I've seen. The only thing that I had a concern with is until he said adding more medical staff, because I do feel sometimes too much weight is put on the shoulders of the people in the ring.
yep,
You're a professional wrestler, you're a referee, you're an announcer. Do I need you to also be a medical professional that can,
no,
in a moment's notice see like, all right, this person's having a seizure, we need to stop the match. This person's having a concussion, stop the match. I don't know if that's good to have that shouldered on them as well.
yeah.
So we'll
No,
see.
that's why I'm happy he got the necessary stuff that he needed. He's like, "Look, you basically say you can't have these guys do that." So he's like, "Look, we're gonna get the right people out here," which is great. That's a good thing. Taking
Yeah.
accountability.
I do want to talk about what Big Mike just said in the chat there. To be fair, I don't think that they've shown actual in-ring rehearsals, and you are right. They haven't done actual like, them practicing the moves in the ring. So that could be where the line was of, and that's what I'm saying. Like, if he wouldn't have done that like half a second span of the ring, maybe he would have been fine. If it was just like he sat there on Solo Sokoa for a little bit of him just like thinking or muttering to himself. He looked at the other side of the rampway too, where there's some other people on. It was the in between that I think may have been the problem, of just that half a second of seeing what they were doing in the ring, actually practicing. So I don't know. I still think 5 figures is a lot for like
This is a lot.
a half a second mistake. A little bit of cooldown for Hangman Page. We were talking earlier about Toni Storm taking time off. Hangman Page is also going to be taking some time off.
About
He's stepping away following his Revolution loss. The timeline's unclear. Excuse me. Could be a couple of weeks. Could be a couple of months. But this comes after him losing the world title contention. That match at the end of it, he has said he's no longer going to go for the world title as long as he works there. We went the Cody Rhodes route. I don't know what they're going to do about that. I mean, it's wrestling. People retire 30 times. People always get, loser leaves town matches, then comes back 3 weeks later in a mask. So there's no telling. Something will happen. I know we got the Owen coming up too. I think I did the math on that. We should see the Owen start up here in a couple of weeks or a couple of months.
That's gonna be fun.
If he gets in that, then that guarantees him a shot. So maybe that's how he gets around it and gets his title back. I don't know. But still, it's a stacked roster. I think we'll be just fine without him for a little bit. Let him get some rest. He's been
That's
pretty
what he
nonstop
needs.
going for a while. And doing matches like he's done with Swerve and like he did with MJF. More power to you, man. I would not be in there taking glass shots like that and syringes in the mouth, and good Lord. Still makes me queasy just thinking about it. All right, well, that's it for our news.
We've got your news by...
Stop it.
What?
No, the thing rang twice when I hit the button. So we're going to go ahead and learn about the heels, though.
Hey, wrestling fans! If you're a woman who loves professional wrestling, you need to check out AEW Heels, the official female-focused online community from All Elite Wrestling. It's a safe space to connect with other fans, share your passion, and build friendships with women from around the world. Members get access to exclusive content, virtual events, Q&A sessions with AEW talent, ticket pre-sales, contests, giveaways, and even in-person meetups at live shows. Led by Amanda Huber and Aubrey Edwards, AEW Heels gives you a place to truly feel part of the AEW family. Don't miss out! Join AEW Heels today and connect with your fellow wrestling fans like never before.
All right. Well, what started as a joke between me and Tori turned into a TikTok event that we would do, and it now has turned into a question that I ask every week, and that is, Sped, do you know what time it is?
No.
It is time for
Who's better than Canyon?
Who Better? It is the weekly show game that we play. I know you're in the chat sometimes. Have you seen us play this game?
Yeah,
Okay.
I have.
All right. So this one's global. It's different promotions, different styles, but one thing in common, the move that ends it. So for the Women's History Month, we are doing women's finishers.
Oh God, Sped's done. This is Esteban all day.
So we'll see what happens, how the impact happens, whether it's WWE, AEW, Impact, doesn't really matter. All we're going to be asking is the question that we all want to know, which is, who better? So the first two, you got Julia with her Glorious Driver or Rhea Ripley's Riptide.
I'm going Julia.
Okay.
I like Julia's moves. Riptide's just it's a what was Road Dogg's pump handle
Pump
slam?
handle slam.
That's what it was. That's what it. Booty. Oh yeah. A drop. Bam! Right there. Right. Yeah. Julia wins.
I think the difference, though, is that pin.
Well, yeah. The
She does
pin.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but no, I'm good with that. All right. Julia's Glorious Driver and Jordan Grace's Grace Driver.
Ooh. Oof. I'm gonna have to go Julia again.
Okay.
Yeah. No. Grace, she's strong, but Tony, it's just straight down. It's not like you're gonna land on your. Yeah.
Big Mike, that's why I did not put Athena in here, because she would obviously win.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah. That's what I was just thinking
Okay.
too. So you could pull Athena on me.
Julia,
Yeah.
Glorious Driver, and then Asuka's Asuka Lock.
Oh yeah, Oscar lock all day. You
Okay.
get the chicken wing. All like that's just tough.
Taught to her
Yeah.
by Bob Backlund himself. No, I don't know if that actually happened.
I don't know if that's yeah.
Asuka Lock and Toni Storm's Storm Zero.
Damn. See, I like drivers, man. Come on.
Mhm.
You know this. I'm gonna have to go Toni Storm on this one.
Okay.
Hers is just deadly. Just sit down and pick up,
Mhm.
sit down. That's just a deadly one. You got
No
like 2
wind up
seconds
to it
to
all. Just
none. You produce. I'm done. Yeah, like good gravy.
all right. Tony Storm's Storm Zero and Roxanne Perez's Pop Rocks.
Ooh, ooh. Storm Zero, because Pop Rock's you're doing most of the work.
All right. Storm Zero or Hikaru Shida's Katana, which is her running knee finisher.
I knew. Yeah, I was gonna say that one. The Katana. I'm not gonna try the name because I'm gonna screw that up.
All right. Hikaru Shida's Katana or Bianca Belair's KOD.
Sheeta all day. I'm
Okay.
gonna say it like that.
That's fine with me. All right. Shida or Deonna Purrazzo's Venus de Milo. Who'd you on Arbar?
The arm bar.
Mhm.
You're ripping someone's arm off.
All right. Purrazzo's Venus de Milo or Io Sky's Over the Moonsault.
Oh yeah, no, it's straight up the arm bar again.
All right.
Yeah, yeah. The moonsault's cool. Yay, cool. If I see someone cut, I'm moving. I'm like, yeah, you're falling on the ground, not me. Yeah.
All right. As we see things picking up here, it looks like a lot of people actually agreeing with you on this. We got Stampede. Looks like Julia made her way through. Bobby saying Bianca. Isaiah and Bobby both are actually ending on Deonna, though. So looks like we might have some winners there. But that's it. 10 finishers that we went through there from across the wrestling world. Power, precision, and pure impact. Some look brutal. Some come out of nowhere. But all of them are built to finish the fight. So drop in the chat. Let us know who you believe most wins this with your decision of who better. All right. We
Big
are going to
Mike.
do
Said Big Mike. Who better? Big
who
Mike.
better? That's right. All right. We're going to go to the hot tag now. We're going to go a little different route though. It's not going to be about wrestling. It's about something that could be done to help build content, help bring things back. Over on Suds News, they were talking about older soaps that have went away, and seeing maybe because they've went away because of lack of funding, maybe seeing if there's a way we could help bring those back. So we're going to do a clip from that, and then we'll be right back with you.
I want to float this by. I put out a couple of posts on both Facebook and X this weekend, and floated an idea by, because somebody had pointed out how it sucks that you can't go to YouTube at times to see like older soap operas or older General Hospital episodes because copyright infringement, and they take down. Take down, their pages that are yada, yada. And I started thinking, and we've been talking about it, that Soap Opera Network was 20 years too early. And
yeah, absolutely it was. I think it would do much better now.
Okay, so that's my question. If I started a Kickstarter campaign to try to get the rights of some of these older soap operas to start a soap opera streamer, how many people do you think would donate to it to get it started?
I think a lot would, but the thing is that it would be so. The problem is, and I mean,
there's definitely an appetite for
ABC ran. Yes, there is. The problem is that so much of it is owned by different companies.
Of course,
a lot of it was destroyed. I still think they could do it. I still think that they could gather up what they have and see what each company is contributing and just split the profits equally. I know they'd have to pay to digitize and stuff only because the equipment to air the old stuff doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
To even air it, they have to digitize it, and that's money.
Yeah.
But
if you get a third party company that comes in, and I'm going to take Fusion Media for example.
Who's better than Cat?
I forgot to turn off Who Better. Anyway.
Who better?
So yeah, talking about bringing back the old Soap Opera Network, which, like, I don't know how big you were into soap operas. I was very much an indoor kid when I was little. I would sit down in my summers and my spring breaks, and I would watch soaps with my mom. One of my favorites being Passions. just because it was crazy. You had like the demon possessed ventriloquist dummy.
Yeah.
It was crazy stuff. But like I think that would be a great thing. Like we have 24 streaming things everywhere. There's even so much like I'm a big fan of a morning show, Rhett and Link.
Yes.
So they've actually even got a Roku channel already
Yep.
that is just them 24/7. So why
Yep.
not have a soap opera one? That makes all the sense in the world.
He's right. Yeah, soap operas were like 20 years too early. The network, I mean.
Yeah.
I know my mom, she used to watch, and this is before she passed away, but she used to watch Days of Our Lives.
Mhm.
And that stuff is only on like they got like 1 season, 4 episodes on Peacock. Yeah, and I'm like, what the heck? And it's
Why
like
is it even there?
yeah, like this is just worthless, yeah. Why? And I haven't found anything else anywhere, like soap opera wise. But I do know if you guys do want to watch soap operas, Telemundo, man, they still got it. Just put the closed captioning on and put it in English, and it gets it about 25%.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Looks like we got some people that watch some Passions, Another World, Santa Barbara, and Degrassi. Was Degrassi really a soap opera?
Oh wow,
I don't-
Days of Our Lives are on new episodes are on Peacock every day.
Oh wow. What was the one? I think it was Days of Our Lives, the older episodes. Back when I was married, her grandma would come into town from New York, which I'm gonna go ahead and throw the story out there because just it's a fun story. So her grandma was all about like 4'2", little New York girl. Absolutely sounded like she should have been like some old grandma in the mob. There's a few things I hate in this world. I hate baked potatoes. Hate them with a passion. I hate crock pot meals. I just the idea of all that meshed together and cooking all day to get like I don't know. I just don't like it.
I love food.
Plus, it all just kind of tastes the same to me. But so she comes down. I also at the time did not like soap operas, and I didn't like hockey. So she comes down. I am required to find her Days of Our Lives because it was in a different time zone on the TiVo. To get that TiVo'd for her, I had to find out online where she could watch her Sharks games.
Oh my, San Jose.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And I also had to endure 7 days of eating nothing but crock-pot meals because that's all she cooked. However, I literally thought she'd probably call someone to take out my legs, so I did it every single time. No complaints. I even sat there and watched it with her sometimes. So that's all I'm going to say about that because I might get whacked.
Real quick. Stampede, I thought the Canadian soap opera was Heartland, not Degrassi. I thought it was Heartland. I know that show.
I mean, I could see how Degrassi would be considered a soap opera. It's just
But
one of those
have
like,
you ever?
it kind of fits in there with that, like to me, like 90210. So I get
Yeah.
I mean, in the same breath, 90210 is kind of soap opera-y. It's just it was more teenager at the time, but.
Well, I mean, that Heartland show is very soap opera-y, very like
Heartland was,
love, betrayal. Somebody got a horse got out. Yeah, how did that horse end up in a hole? All right, I'm still trying to figure that one out. And then Ty dies out of nowhere. Like, what the hell is this all about? All right, and now you're leaving the kid with no damn father. This is bullcrap. I haven't watched
it.
I know my wife loves the show.
Oh,
She
okay.
loves that show. So I've seen every episode. I think we have up to like last 2 seasons of on DVD. She's like, if it ever comes to the day where DVDs are back in the thing, I got a whole thing. We got like 5 cases full of them. Yeah, with DVDs in it.
I do want to give a quick shout out because I don't shout out a lot to TikTok. We're over on TikTok Live as well right now. Hall of Fame Professor Bear has been sitting in our group here for a little while now. I want to say thank you for sitting here and supporting us. I appreciate it. This is not the normal lineup, but it's where we are today. Wonderful special guest with me today. I am going to do one more quick mid-roll. We're going to learn about the Gimmick Table Media Group, and then we'll be right back with you to close out the show.
Don't go anywhere. Ace Finley again, reminding you to check out Gimmick Table Media, a community of creators, streamers, podcasters, and fans from all corners of entertainment. Dive into chats, collabs, and laughs. There's always a spot for you at the table. Catch all our amazing shows, creators, and exclusive content at linktr.ee/gimmicktablemedia.
Brock Lesnar stuff.
Got to see the Brock Lesnar stuff.
Yeah, he reveals he was shit-faced drunk.
Oh, man. That does not surprise me. Not at all.
But he got his tattoo on his chest.
Oh. Yeah, I'm not surprised at that at all. That ugly-looking sword on his chest, I could definitely see him being drunk doing that.
Hey, listen, I got this drunk as hell. Last time I ever got drunk. That was the last time I ever got drunk. I'm reading the quote that he has, and it's, oh man, this thing is hilarious. It says, "I got a tattoo. I was drunk. There was the tattoo shop across the street from the biker bar, and that's not a good place to have a tattoo shop." He says, "I got this tattoo. I didn't even know I got the damn thing. I wake up the next day, like, what the hell is this thing?"
Big old upside-down sword on your chest. And not even a good one either. It's like, it looks weird.
The sword's going into his throat.
Yeah. It's like he went in and said, "I want a tattoo like I'm a sword swallower."
He was drunk. He was drunk as hell.
Anyway, before we get to the outro, I do want to say, Sped, thank you for coming in with me today. I appreciate you being here. First time being on the show. Hopefully not the last time. I'm on his show a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go ahead and give you just the floor for a couple minutes here. Tell us where they can find you, the shows you got going. If you want to talk about any of the stuff you were talking to me backstage as far as stuff coming, talk about whatever you want before we get to the outro.
So tomorrow, 7 o'clock on Twitch, Spedrock, SP3DROCK, just dropped the 4. It's TC and myself. We're doing the whole damn mess. I showed you the intro to that. This show is completely different. It's, sports related, everything. Thursday, you see Big Mike in the chat, the voice of the Run In Wrestling podcast. Myself and EC will all bring into Wrestling Week the right way. With, I think this is episode 77, or 78, one of the two. And then you got Point Taken on Saturdays, which still looking for a 4th. So if you guys want in, I need a 4th. You're a 2-time champion.
I thought I already threw my name in there.
Oh, then he's in. Good. All right. So they were freaking sending me a bunch of posts. So we got our 4th. So we got what? We got good. Ooh, this one's gonna be fun. This one's gonna be real fun. I gotta make this one challenging for you guys. That one's got the DDDs. Those guys, they're fun. But yeah, no. If you guys see the Phoenix, that's Pepe. He's mine. He loves everything. Follow me on X, Bedrock4. Thank you for having me in here. Loved every second of this.
Absolutely. And I also I love the way your background works, because if you're sitting just right, you look like Kermit the Frog. You got the little thing going down here. Yay! Sorry. Anyway, if only Michael could make it to the very end of some shows. Wow. Okay. All right. Here's the thing, Stampede. I am a 2-time champ. You are a 4-time champ. He's a 4-time now. 4-time, yeah. At least both of us keep making it to the finals, unlike some people.
Mob, where's he at? Mob, we love you, dude. Mob just comes out of nowhere and wins certain episodes.
Yeah,
he just comes out of left field.
It's a great show, and I kid. These great people to have a lot of fun with. I seem to shout it out every week because I think Point Taken is a brilliant idea. I think it was something that was missing in the medium. Most of the stuff's very long form. That is very fast paced, very quick. If you got 30 minutes in your day, sit down and watch it. Think round the horn, but wrestling related. It's a lot of fun. All right, so if you rocked with us tonight, hit that like, subscribe, and follow wherever you're watching. I also do have our Gimmick Table Media Discord. The QR code is right up here on the screen, or you can catch us in the description of the video here. It's in there as well, so you can find anybody in Gimmick Table Media, which we shout out every week as far as people that are on the show. So don't forget to join that. That way you could see real conversations, watch parties that we do, and the chaos is free. You can have all that for free. As far as the last pop, I do want to always tie these kind of back to our main story. So we talked about the issue that happened with Ricochet. Social media has blurred the line between performer and person so many times, and in a space as passionate as wrestling, that line gets tested every single day. But frustration doesn't excuse crossing that line. There's a difference between defending yourself and losing sight of the impact of the words that you say and what that carries with it, especially when you've got a platform that reaches thousands, sometimes millions of people. Accountability matters, but so does awareness in that moment. Wrestling is built on connection between the talent and the fans, and once that trust cracks, it's hard to fully repair. So as the noise gets a lot louder, maybe the real challenge isn't winning the back and forth fight, it's knowing when to not swing at all of it. Well, with that being said, though, in the meantime and in between time, we will catch you on the next one. Have a good one, guys.
Here's the cover. Can he do it? Kick out at 2.
We stand together with pride worldwide. This is for the dream.